Do you feel out of place? Like you were born in the wrong time? Do you long for a different time, place, and people who no longer exist? Are you haunted by the past? Well, don't worry. You are not alone. There are countless others in the world who feel the same way that we do. Welcome to Somewhere Through Time. This channel is dedicated to people who experience past life memories, those who simply cannot forget. Here, you can share your stories without judgment while remaining anonymous. Shall we begin? Well, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's begin. Today's story is from Jim Tucker, a professor who studies children who claim to have past life memories. In this case, a young boy struggles to cope with modern life in Oklahoma, as he insists that he once lived in glamorous old Hollywood. Then, by chance, his perplexed mother soon discovers exactly who her son once was. Among the University of Virginia case studies is the story of an Oklahoma boy named Ryan. A few years ago, the 4-year-old woke up screaming at 2 a.m. Over the preceding months, he'd been pleading with his bewildered mother, Cindy, to take him to the house where he'd lived before. In tears, he'd beg her to return him to his glittering life in Hollywood, complete with a big house, a pool, and fast cars. That was so fabulous, he once said, "I can't live in these conditions. My last home was much better." When Cindy went into her son's room that night, Ryan kept repeating the same words, "Mommy, I'm so homesick," as she tried to comfort him and rock him to sleep. He was like a little old man who couldn't remember all the details of his life. He was so frustrated and sad, Cindy says. The next morning, she went to the library, borrowed a pile of books about old Hollywood, and brought them home. With Ryan in her lap, Cindy went through the volumes. She was hoping the pictures might soothe him. Instead, he became more and more excited as they looked at one particular book. When they came to a still of a scene from a 1932 movie called Night After Night, he stopped her. "Mama," he shouted, pointing to one of the actors who wasn't identified. "That guy's me. That's old me." "I was shocked," Cindy admits. "I never thought that we'd find the person he thought he was." But she was equally relieved. Ryan had talked about his other life and had been so unhappy, and now we had something to go on. Although neither Cindy nor her husband believed in reincarnation, she went back to the library the next day and checked out a book about children who possess memories of their past lives. At the end of it was a note from the author, Professor Jim Tucker, saying that he wanted to hear from parents of kids with similar stories. Cindy sat down to write him a letter. Henry Ford said, "Work is futile if we cannot utilize the experience we collect in one life and the next. When I discovered reincarnation, it was as if I had found a universal plan. Time was no longer limited. The discovery of reincarnation put my mind at ease." And that's it for today's story. Thanks for watching. Until we meet again, so long.